I always see a lot of people online asking if their hardware is enough for a home server, maybe their old desktop. Today I'm going to show you that anything can be a home server with this awesome laptop. So first, there's the SSD, no screen, and if you flip it over, wow, magnificent. So this is going to be our new home server. So welcome to the new series called Will It Home Server. So in this series, what we're going to do is we're going to buy the most balked hardware ever, like the most cursed crap, and turn it into home server appliances so that I can prove to everyone that you don't need to buy the most expensive fancy equipment. So for this one, we only have the bottom half of a laptop and no battery, no base, so it's going to be a rather stationary machine, which is fine for a home server. I don't have an NVMe screw for this, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that in there. Obviously this should not be your permanent home server because I'm not sure this is fire safe. I'll just clip it in there, and then because this laptop is from like 2013, it's an old Lenovo Yoga, it doesn't have a USB-C and it doesn't have a HDMI port, and it doesn't accept HDMI over USB. So I've had to get the most disgusting adapter ever, a micro USB, which is a micro HDMI, which I've never had to do before, so And of course we have our Ventoy stick with all of our operating systems on it. Let's see if it still boots. This has been in my loft for God knows how long. There you go, look, nice and safe power adapter. Plug that in. Got our Wi-Fi antennas, gonna need them. Oh, the fan's spinning up. How do I zoom on this camera? Wow, such high quality. Okay, so that works. Let's see if we can get any sort of output when we plug our USB in then. I still can't believe I'm sat here using micro USB. This is dreadful. Where's even the port for it? There you go, look, a lovely I/O on the side. We have two USB ports, and like, the laptop's skinny. It's tiny, that's in comparison to my finger. So we're going to call this the low profile home server. Right, let's get some output going. We have our Ventoy stick, and then I'll need my mouse and keyboard. So this is my Logitech adapter, so I can use a wireless mouse. And now this just screams home server. Let's turn it on. See if we get any output. Oh, it's working. There you go. Okay, so what's really nice about Logitech Bolt is that I can use my wireless peripherals over here without having to actually plug in and use an adapter or anything. All right, so there's Ventoy. Let's do Ubuntu, I guess. It's probably the most stable thing for this. You can really hear the fans whirling up as well. So let me get through this installation stage because this is going to be a ball ache. So after a bit of troubleshooting, so it turns out that this NVMe drive just doesn't work. So we're not going to use that. And I can't use my keyboard because this laptop doesn't allow USB adapters to work. So I only have two USB ports. And I haven't got any storage media except for a DAS, which has a load of hard drives in. So I'm using this over USB-C to A, and then installation media, and then mini HDMI. Which means I've got no keyboard, except for this majestic one. So, using the... Oh, you sound awful. Using the arrow keys, we're going down to Ubuntu. And we'll boot in normal mode. This is something else. Okay, so we're actually installing it now. I don't have a capture card at the moment because it's in the... There's our AI Mega PC down there. But we're now running on our 500 gig hard drive. It's gone. Hello? Okay, mini HDMI for you. Although this is running at, good quality. Yes, I accept. Screw it. We're going for the flip. I don't like this desk very much anyway. Okay, there we go. It's like having a normal laptop. My username will be Fire Hazard. But once you're through the installation, you don't actually need your keyboard. Let's get OpenSSH in, and it's installing our system. Well, hey, look at that. This is our home server. No screen, one fan that keeps going wild in the background, and two antennas. There we go. Right, let's see how this goes then, this installation. It's going through. So somehow this has actually worked. I'm going to unplug the USB and hit enter, and it will restart, and we should somehow be inside of Linux on, there you go, Lenovo. On this bad boy, look at that. That's a home server, all right, look at that. You know what? My desk isn't actually getting hot. The singular cooling fan is doing its job. Everyone on r/Homelab can just eat my shit. You do not need to go out and buy the most expensive hardware to go and run this. This is a laptop from 2014. If the NVMe worked, we would have had a much better time. But the whole point of this new series of Will at Home Server is we're going to just get the world's worst hardware. We're going to go to CX, cache converters, and we're going to make home servers out of e-waste, essentially. So what people just throw away and scrap is going to become useful. So it's currently updating. What I'm doing on my phone at the same time is I've just logged into my Eero app, and I'm just trying to get the IP address so we can SSH in, and everything should look a little bit better once we get off the camera. So SSH fire hazard 192.168.4.129. Ooh, we're in. Okay, brilliant. So I can actually unplug this shite cable that I hate with my whole life and I would never ever use again. And this is what we're about to run locally hosted AI in. Okay, so I have actually run sudo apt update and upgrade already, but 131, so it's still going to be running in the background actually on the physical machine. First thing I'm going to do is install Ollama, so very similar to the last video. So we're actually going to try and run some AI off of this thing. And you know, I've still got my, oh, I hit metal, but my antennas are just sat here loose, so I'm not sure how fast this will be. I've got no way to plug Ethernet into that. And what we're also going to do at the same time is install something called CasaOS to give us a nice home server dashboard. So then I'm just going to open up a second session, so we're logging into the user fire hazard at 192.168.4.129. Our ultimate password of test123, and then I'll type in the CasaOS. So these videos are very much going to be shorter compared to my long form videos. We're just going to install stuff, and I'm just going to show you that hardware can run home server applications when you think that they might not be able to. And links and commands that I use in today's video will all be in the description as normal. If you are looking forward to seeing content like this though, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be doing some dodgy stuff on this channel. Answering questions sometimes not even I want answered. Like this laptop, I found it in a tub in the loft, and I got this laptop second hand off eBay for 100 quid when I was like 15. But what's really funny is I bought this laptop thinking it would be a professional gaming laptop. It's not. And I bought my first game, which was, I think, Dying Light. And I could barely run the menu. So to say I was devastated was an understatement. And I think it's been in the loft and in transport between boxes ever since. So just while these two finish up installing, I'm running them at the same time. I'm just going to drag Zen over my browser. So CasaOS is a home server dashboard we're going to experiment with. So it's quite nice. It's got some cool features. So it's got like all the app stores and stuff, which is the easiest way to self-host. So instead of running through like what we do normally, this is obviously the command line where we set up Docker composers. You can just do it all on a UI. This is actually how I started out home servering, and you can get Zima boards as well. So some people use these. Zima boards are just mini computers that come with CasaOS pre-installed. But this is what we're going to install just so we can see our server doing something. And we're going to install Ollama, so we can actually have an AI model, and I think I'm going to choose... Got any versions of Quen we could run? Now this laptop's awful. Quen 3. Let's have a look at Quen 3, see if we can get something going here. Now, what is my ancient laptop likely to run? Not this one. No, let's be nice to it. I'm going to try it on 0.6b. I think that's fair. We'll give it an opportunity to actually survive, and we'll install it via terminal as normal. So we'll just wait for this to finish now. Okay, so apparently CasaOS has installed, and it's easy to uninstall with one command as well. So it's just telling me to go to my IP address. So let me grab that. Oh, open up a new tab here. And here we go. So we are now home servering on this laptop, and it's actually pretty fast. Let's just set up an admin account, just to set up default creds. This server's going to go. Password's too simple. Oh, what if I had 1, 2, 3? Yes, cybersecurity. This laptop's just going to go up in the bin. I'm going to wipe all the drives anyway. So show news feeds. We don't need news feeds. So here we go. So this is what our server's looking like. Let's have a look at the App Store. So inside here, this is instead of doing the Docker compose as we normally do. So I'm going to come back over to, there you go, Ollama's in. So let's come back to our browser and to our Quen install instruction. Come here and paste that in. And that's going to pull that manifest. I don't know how much you can hear of the laptop, but the fans have just spun up quite loud. But okay, we are using a thinking model. On this laptop down here is running this thinking model. The one that you can currently see, very bad angle, sorry, on the camera is running this model. So let's ask it some questions. So can you help me set up Docker? And you know, this isn't slow. Although it's only the 0.6b model, so it's got like the lowest amount of parameters, it's thinking about what it is I want. This is usable. And this is running on, this is something you'd find in the bargain bin at the dump. Look at that. Let's see if we can give us actually something usable though. So can you make me a Docker compose file for Jellyfin? I can't believe how fast this is going. This is an awful laptop. Now I am surprised at how well this is running, and it started to spell stuff wrong. I don't know what Jellyfin is. So I want to know what hardware is in here, to be honest. So I'm on Ubuntu server. How can I see what my CPU is? It's told me now what my CPU is, so I actually did use Quen to get here, and it's an Intel Core i7-7500U, and I've opened up user benchmark and compared it to what is a pretty decent CPU that a lot of people have, and you can see it's in some places nearly like, you know, like crazy amounts faster. So this CPU is actually from 2016, so I must have been wrong with my 2015 estimate. It must have been maybe 2017, 2018 I got it then. There we go. So we are running an AI server on this broken laptop you see in front of you that can, you know, that is not how you spell hello, but still. Will it serve it? Yes, it will. So any hardware you have sitting around in your house, if you're thinking about e-wasting it, you can just home server it. But next week we'll see if we can find some more dodgy hardware, and that'll be it. Thanks for watching.